Hey, what's up, fellas? How you doing, man? Antonelli here.
Hey, what's going on, guys? How we doing? Man, Antonelli here, answering questions for you guys today. Wanted to talk about spring training and some of the contests that we would have. So when I was with the Padres, we always had a basketball hoop that was kind of sitting out in the parking lot area. And what we did was pretty much, I think it was every spring training, we had either a free throw or three-point contest. All right, so every year, you would basically, I think there were like captains, and they would choose teams, okay, through any player in the organization, anyone in Major League Spring Training, and you'd have a contest. I think it was like, I don't remember if it was 3 or 4 man teams or whatever, but it was like almost like a little draft, and you'd shoot. So one year was free throw, a couple years was free throw, a couple years it was three-point contest, and it was just a way to kind of, when you get into spring training, it probably doesn't feel really long to a lot of people, but you end up getting there usually, like, I think I would usually show up the second week of February, and it goes pretty much until the end of March. And so you're there for almost 2 months, and the days end up getting pretty long. I mean, you're going to typically, I'd show up to spring training at 6:30 in the morning, usually right around there. And after the game and working out and everything, you're going to get out a lot of days at like 5:30, 6 o'clock. You're going to grab some food, and then you're going to go to bed and wake up and do it again the next day. And there's not a whole lot of off days unless you're a veteran player. If you're a young guy, like every year I was in spring training, I had to go every day, right? Older guys, sometimes they'd be like, hey, you don't have to play today. Like, you don't have to show up. The pitchers, they get to go golfing and stuff. But unfortunately, I never became a veteran, and I had to play every single day. So it is kind of a grind, and it's long. And so most teams will try to break up the monotony of doing the same thing over and over again with different things like this. And so the way the Padres did it was the basketball, free throw, and three-point contest. Now, I never got to do it because a lot of the guys, the captains that chose the teams that drafted, they do research and figure out, okay, what guys played basketball in high school, what guys played basketball in college. So we had like Will Venable, who played at Princeton, who's a good basketball player. We had Chris Young, who he might have also played at Princeton. And so like those guys would get drafted. I never got picked. I didn't play high school basketball. I played football and hockey. And so it kind of stunk. Every year I was like, well, clearly we weren't going to have like a flag football contest because someone could tear their ACL or something. And not a lot of guys play hockey, but every year I'd be like, can we play like hockey or football or something that I can play? Because every year I just have to watch, which was pretty boring. But, and we didn't have, I'm trying to think of who was usually pretty good. I remember Venable usually did pretty well. I know Chris Young did. You'd always have like a random guy that was like just a high school guy and maybe wasn't like a great athlete, but could just shoot threes, like was like from Indiana and just shot with a rim attached to the barn and was like a really good shooter. And you'd be like, how the hell is this guy? Like, he's the worst athlete I've ever seen. How is he draining threes right now? So you'd run into a couple random guys like that. But obviously, we had a couple two-sport guys that usually were picked every single year. They were pretty good players. But I never got the chance to do it, unfortunately. And it's actually probably good that I never got to do it because I can't shoot to save my life. But that's kind of something that the Padres did. Every team will do usually something a little bit different. I'd be interested if the Padres still do that. They probably don't, actually, since I think that was a Buddy Black idea, I'm assuming. So maybe the Rockies do that now. If anyone knows, let me know. I'd be interested to hear in the comment section below. So that's all I got today. Let me know in the comment section below if you've got any more questions for me. Subscribe to the channel, give the video a thumbs up, share the video with all your friends, all that good stuff. Check out the description box below. We got a deal going on, Play Crate. We got a link to our Patreon page and a bunch of other stuff. And that's all I got, guys. Thanks so much for watching. I appreciate it, and we'll talk to you later.